Thank you, dear members of my evaluation team. And now let me add a couple of words. And I would like to start with the very beginning. As we usually want to start with, we started a little bit later than it's supposed to be. But we had a good reason, since there were several people who were missing. And I would suggest these people next time, watch your time, not to let this situation happen, not to let people worry about you. What are you doing? Are you going to come to the meeting eventually or not? Then we had a president opening, Veronica. This is especially devoted to you. What I noticed. First of all, you have very honorable and at the same time very responsible role, because being a president is not an easy task. Someone can think, oh, today I'm too tired, I just can skip the meeting. Veronica cannot do so. She needs to come here to make the opening speech and the closing, and that's why this opening and closing should be polished, should be perfect. That's the first thing that newcomers see, that what they think first about our club, how it looks. But what I did sort of, it doesn't matter. What I saw today, that in comparison with the previous meetings, it was a great improvement. Just today it was almost as smooth as I wanted it to be. Yeah, you are doing a great job. I think in a couple of meetings it will be perfect. And my wishes for that. Let's give a hand to our president. Yeah, one more thing to add about clap off rule. Telling the truth, I don't really like this rule. It is the third meeting already, and we have never used it, fortunately. Fortunately, because I can imagine how people here on the stage feels when he is just about to finish, and then, come on, yeah, your time is gone. So probably that rule is not as good as we first thought about it. Well, maybe we should make some voting. I don't know. I'm against this rule. We can try today. I can see my limits. Don't do like that. It's awful. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to get rid of this rule. Now goes the part with guest welcoming. And I think we did great today. We had a lot of newcomers. A lot of newcomers actually came here on the stage and were courageous enough to present themselves. That's great. I encourage you further to take the roles and to become greater speakers with us. If you have some feedback, please also approach me, Veronica, or Olga or Kate, and we will try to consider your suggestions and improve our club. Next, thought of the day by Christine. Christine, well, yeah, hi. What I did like about this thought of the day, it was very impressive for me. I thought a great preparation. You almost learned it by heart, right?
No.
No?
No, by heart, no.
Oh.
But of course it was prepared.
Then it turns out that you just have a good command of English language. That's also very good for you. And what I like that even when you stuck in a certain word, it wasn't very embarrassing for you. Then you moved on and it was okay for everyone. So we shouldn't stop even if we fail at some point. That was great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What about joke master Natalia? Natalia, hi. I like this picture a little bit better. The interesting fact about today's joke, you actually delivered 3 of them, right? And the first joke didn't actually shoot. It didn't work. Nobody laughed. After 5 seconds, I understood what was the point, but it was too late to laugh, to clap, and to do anything. But also, it has a couple of other good jokes that actually were appreciated by the audience, and you could hear people laughing and clapping, and that's why what I can suggest you. Try to pick up one joke or one thought that suits the situation better. I think it was definitely a better choice for today's joke. Maybe you should just pick up this one and this guy too, and it will be sufficient, absolutely. And we wouldn't be embarrassed with the first one. Right? So next time you can try it. Toastmaster, Olga Kaftu. Olga. Wow. As far as I know, you picked up this role just the day before, right? As I did. But,
almost the night before.
Almost at night. And that's great, because all the transitions between the speeches were smooth. How did you do that? I cannot imagine. But do you want to magic? Okay. But the evaluation without constructive criticism is nothing, right? Do I have constructive criticism? Not yet. I'll think about it later and approach it specifically. Table topics, Gandhi. You know, I enjoyed this section very much, because for me it was like the most uninhibited section. I felt comfortable sitting here and see you here being on the stage, because you were natural, you were smiling all the time. So for me it was very comfortable, and I think for the whole audience as well. By the way, you picked up an interesting topic. I'm not going to share my opinion. Actually, I was sure that you would decide to talk about Ukraine issue. No? It's to try to banal, to try to banal. Okay, anyway, the topic is interesting, and we had a lot of speakers here on the stage, and even when there were a lack of them, you dared to ask several people, and that was great. What can I recommend to you? You decided to ask 3 questions in a row. Probably that's too much for people, because Veronica couldn't remember all of them. Then some other people also asked you about the questions. Maybe it's also a better idea to choose one question, a broad one, and let people talk about it. But it's up to you, of course. It's just my opinion.